Then he screamed. Hearing my dad scream.
What is good, you guys? My name is Remake, back with another reaction video for today. For today, guys, we're going to be reacting to 3 disturbing true Crawlspace horror stories. So I don't know what they meant by Crawlspace, so I had to like search it up real quick. But like I knew what it meant, but I thought there was like a different like meaning behind it. But there was a movie called Crawlspace, and it was actually a horror movie. So I don't know if this is based on the horror movie, or this is gonna be like a a crawl space where it's like very you have to crawl out to get the freaking out of there, or I don't know, some escaping type of thing. But we're gonna react to this, guys. Smash that like button. I hope you guys are having a good day, and yeah, let's get it. Oh, screw this. Screw this stupidness, man. You got me all the way messed up. All the way.
My house doesn't have a basement. And a lot of houses that don't have basements have crawl spaces instead, which are basically a layer of space under the lower level of a house with a height of no more than about 5 feet, usually used for storage.
Oh, that's what it meant.
Started on a night like any other.
Oh.
I had classes the next morning, so I had to be in bed early.
Yeah.
My room is on the first floor, and the crawl space is right below my room. After turning off the TV at like 11,
oh, you're screwed.
Noises below
you're
me.
Freaking screwed.
Actually, it sounded like it was coming from right under my bed. My parents and brother were all asleep by now, so calling for any of their attention would be a little obnoxious at this point.
Oh, heck yeah.
It took a little courage, but I got on the carpet on my knees and looked under the bed, hoping I wouldn't see a rodent or any other kind of creature. There was nothing, though, so I got back into bed.
Oh, okay.
As I got back into bed, though, the sound started up again.
What?
It was kind of a rough push and pull kind of sound.
Thank God my bed don't have any of those.
Done deliberately. I once again got on my knees on the side of the bed and looked underneath.
Why the frick would you get on your knees? You pray?
Nothing
The
under
frick?
there, though. Oddly enough, every time I got out of bed, the sound stopped.
Yeah, maybe because they don't want you to freaking hear.
And he took a look under the bed too. Figures there were no sounds now, though.
Huh.
He told me he'd check the crawl space the next day to see if one of the pipes were leaking or something.
Wait, who? Your brother?
I didn't even think of it being something in the crawl space. The rest of that night it was quiet, so I fell asleep with ease.
Okay, good. The frick?
When I got home from class the next day, I spotted something sticking out from under my bed.
What?
I pulled it out, and it was a bag full of old papers from like elementary school. I planned on asking my mom why she would put that in my room, but I figured I'd just throw it back down in the crawl space and forget about it. Our crawl space has its entry door inside of our garage. My dad tends to leave the garage door open.
So that's a crawl space. I understand.
This was so he could work in there without having the lights on, while also getting some fresh air.
I understand now. Never had.
Sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up to sounds coming from below my room.
Again?
Not my bed this time, but for some reason the sounds were especially clear this night. I knew now something had to be in the crawl space. After turning on my bedside lamp, I ran to get my dad out from bed.
Yeah.
He was a bit irritated that I'd woken him up.
The frick are you? I don't care how irritated you are. The frick are you talking about? If I'm telling my mom that there's someone under my bed, keep freaking doing nonsense, and she's like, oh my God, she has like, she's African, so she'd be like, why are you telling me to get that? Shut up! I would tell her, Mom, it's a life or death situation. What do you want me to die? Get the frick here right now.
Led me down to the garage and to the crawl space door. He opened the door and grabbed the flashlight that hung next to the door.
Yep.
As we looked inside of the crawl space, however, we noticed something strange.
What?
Light. Across the other side of the area. Light was seeping in from above. But that made no sense. There weren't supposed to be any holes in the floor.
Yeah.
My dad crouch walked his way to the hole.
What?
And then he screamed. Hearing my dad scream with such fear and horror was the most disturbing thing I'd ever witnessed. I didn't know what he saw, but he screamed at me to open the garage door and get out of the house.
Get the frick out of the house!
I listened without asking questions. I stood in the driveway waiting. I heard a commotion inside of the house. including a scream from my mom.
Oh, frick.
5 minutes later, my dad and older brother came outside, holding a stranger in their grips.
What?
5 minutes later, a police car pulled up to the house, and neighbors soon started coming outside to see what the commotion was. Let me explain what happened. When my father got to that hole in the ceiling of the crawl space,
Yeah.
he realized it was a giant hole cut open right under my bed.
Damn.
And as he looked through it, he saw a masked man looking down at him.
Oh my
As
gosh.
my dad grabbed at the man's arms through the hole,
Yeah.
he screamed for my older brother's help.
Yeah.
He luckily came to my dad's aid. Without him, my dad could have easily been killed.
Damn.
Because that man was carrying a handgun.
Damn. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's the way that fool screamed. That's his dad? Oh my gosh. I freaked out. I'm not ready for story 2. This is the first story, ladies and gentlemen. The first freaking story. First story. For all my people that have freaking these stupid crawl space places, just move locations. If you have to sleep in your freaking living room, do it, because you're already freaking screwed. Just letting you know. How the frick did this freaking man get under there in the first place? I'm done.
When I was 21, still living in my parents' house,
21.
my bedroom was actually supposed to be considered an extra room. It wasn't built with the intention of being a bedroom, more so a kind of downstairs storage room. However, I was the youngest, so I got the worst room.
Sucks.
My 2 older brothers had already moved out by this point, and I was
Okay.
finishing up with college. It was winter break, however. My dad would...
Do you know what sucks? I just took it in. Sorry for pausing, but you know, I'm recording the screen now, so it's better for me to like stop and stuff. But like, it's 12:39 a.m. in the morning, and I'm reacting to this video for you guys. For you guys, only for you. It's not for me. If it was just me, I would not even be clicking on this video. I would not even subscribe to Mr. Nightmare. I'm doing it because of you guys, and because you guys, for some reason, some weird freaking sick reason, you guys like scary stuff. Friggin' you guys on.
was on a business trip, and my mom was in another state with friends. They're the kind of parents who you never see around. They've been like that since we were kids.
Weirdos.
My room happens to attach to the crawl space of our house.
Oh, y'all are weirdos.
There's a little pull-off door in the wall.
That's
When I
what
was
they
little,
are.
my brothers
Okay.
always teased me and said there were aliens or monsters in the crawl space.
I seen these.
Sometimes as a kid, I'd get scared by the littlest of noises coming from inside the wall.
I
next to
still
my bed.
do.
Eventually, I was chilling in my room, just trying to finish up all the work for my classes, when I heard some muffled noise coming from the crawl space.
What you
like
mean?
literally beyond the wall right next to my bed.
Ooh. Oh, frick, heck no.
It wasn't any kind of thumping or tapping or anything. It just sounded like some kind of sound that would come from a person's mouth.
It sounds like toys.
Of course, my heart started racing as I
Clown?
started freaking out over it. Given that I was home alone, I couldn't just call for my huge, intimidating dad to go in there.
Huge?
So I opened the door to the crawl space, and with my phone's flashlight, just aimed it in every direction in the crawl
You
space, while
freaking
still
idiot. You
standing
call
by
your
the
damn
doorway.
parents. Why would you... So, why did you not call your parents again? What? So you felt like it was better for you to just do it by yourself than to actually call your freaking humongous, big-ass, long, big body-ass dad? Shaquille O'Neal looking-ass dad? Stupid. I don't care whatever happens to you in this situation. You messed up. Like freaking Gator says all the time. You saw the freaking red flags. You hear something that's over there, you grab your parents right away. You not do it yourself. Stupid ass.
I wasn't sure exactly what I was looking for, but after not being able to see anything or anyone from the
Close the
doorway,
frickin' door. Just
I
close it.
contemplated going deeper into the crawl space.
What?
But just then, there was a voice.
Was I making sense there? Hey, sometimes I talk too much, but let me tell you something right now.
That's a
After
toy.
nearly having a heart attack, I realized it was just one of those old talking Bubba toys.
But how did...
I didn't know what could have caused it to
Who
go
turned it
off
on?
and start speaking,
Who
but
turned on the toy?
I was guessing it was deep in some old bag of toys somewhere.
Okay,
Something
close the door.
was putting pressure on the trigger
Okay,
button.
shut up and close it.
I waited by the door for the talking to stop. And when it finally did, I shut the attic door again and got back in my bed.
You should have shut the first time.
When the time came for me to go to sleep, I turned off my laptop and the light and rolled on my side.
I'm getting
It
tired of these
wasn't long
people.
after that I heard the talking Bubba go off again inside the
Oh
crawl
my
space.
gosh.
Now that I knew what the sound was, it seemed much clearer. This was the last straw now. I had to get that toy out from whatever bag it was sitting
No,
in. or it
call
would
your
probably
damn
be going off
parents,
all
you
night.
freaking idiot.
I went back to the crawl space door, and this time actually went inside.
Oh my
Followed the
gosh. And
sounds
then
of the
there's a
toy
freaking
voice.
clown.
As I got to the big brown paper bag that seemed to be containing it, I saw 2 arms come out from the dark. 2 arms that were stretched out forward, and there was a horrifying, deep scream that accompanied them. I was being lunged at. I screamed as I ran to the crawl space door and slammed it shut.
Oh
I
my
had a lock
gosh.
on it, thank God. A couple seconds after locking the door, there were bangs on the door that consistently came about every 2 seconds. The door didn't show any signs of giving, but
Oh
I
my
didn't
gosh.
stick around to find out if it would.
Call your freaking parents.
I was upstairs already on the phone with the police, but I did notice the banging stopped downstairs. The police told me to wait either inside a locked room or outside in a safe place.
What the frick are you talking about? What? So there's someone in your house and you're telling them to, wait inside the freaking house? Or go outside? 2 options. I wonder which one is the most safe one when there's someone inside my house and I have a chance to go outside. I wonder which one is the safe one. Looking ass. These police officers are freaking stupid.
Like a car or a neighbor's house. I didn't want to be in the house anymore until the cops arrived, so I took
Yeah.
the spare keys to my car from the key ring and went to sit in my car.
Good.
I had a view of the back section of my house from the street, however, and
Okay.
noticed a door on the side of our house was open.
Oh,
It was the
shit.
outside crawl space door. It was completely wide open. It suddenly makes sense how there could be someone in there.
Oh,
The outside door must have been left unlocked by my dad by mistake.
Yeah, they're screwed.
I sat in my car telling 911 to hurry up before the
Yeah.
intruder could escape.
The frick?
I didn't see anyone leave through the door, but for all I knew, they already had left. The cop car finally came roaring down the road with its lights on. It
Frick
stopped in
cop
front of
cars.
my house. I got out of the car and called at him to follow me to the door.
Yep.
I pointed and said, "In there," and he went inside with his flashlight. I peeked my head in there the whole time, helping out with the flashlight too. I made sure he didn't miss anything. I
Yep.
even suggested that he search any big boxes or bags, and he did. The officer was surprisingly patient and polite towards my demands given the situation.
Good.
He came
better
out
be.
after a few
The
minutes of
frick?
searching and assured me the crawl space was empty.
Life
Whoever
or
was in there
death
left in a
situation.
hurry.
The frick are they
The
on?
crawl space door could only be locked with a key or from the inside, so I asked the officer to wait there while I went inside and locked the door from the inside.
Oh, you're stupid.
So I was in
They're
the
there.
crawl space again, alone. I
They're
couldn't
there.
help but shake the feeling that I was being watched as I hurried back to my room to lock that door as well.
They're there.
The officer left a few minutes after, and I tried to get to sleep, but I couldn't. I was awake all night until the sun came up, just worrying about someone still being in that crawl space.
Stupid.
Luckily, no one ever broke into it again, but I guess I wouldn't call it breaking in, since the door was unlocked.
It's still breaking and entering, you idiot. If someone goes into my home, it's breaking and entering. I don't care if I have the freaking door open. Bro, oh my gosh, bro. Didn't Gator Martin literally say that to keep all your freaking windows? Like, bro, my eyes are watering. And when my eyes water, like, I don't know about you guys, but when my eyes water, that's when I'm really freaking out and I sense, like, so many freaking red flags. Like freaking shaking, like, literally, I don't care if I have my freaking door open, it's still breaking and entering. Didn't, like, literally, Gator Martin literally said in his video, have all your doors, windows, vents, everything locked. You didn't have none. You only had, like,
It was 2016. I had just signed a lease to move into my first house alone. It was a
congratulations.
fixer-upper starter home for sure,
Time
but
to
the
die.
neighborhood wasn't bad at all, really.
Chill.
By the first day, I had the house layout memorized, and by the third day, I was settled in.
Hey.
However, by the fourth day, I started to hear some weird house noises.
The fourth day? The fourth day? You already got paranormal activity?
There was a small upstairs where the 2 bedrooms and a bathroom were, first floor was just the living room, dining room, and kitchen. When I was upstairs, I never heard the sounds. However, when I was downstairs, I'd start to hear noises come from below the floor at later hours of the night.
What?
There was a small basement, technically, but it was just one little room meant to serve as a laundry room.
Okay,
I went down there to see if the noise could be coming from down there.
It probably
There
is.
was no one down there in that room.
Are you
I could
sure?
still hear noises coming from
Did you
inside the
lock
wall.
all freaking doors?
I felt around the wall to see if there was any kind of hollowness. And in fact, there was.
What?
That meant there was some kind of room on the other side.
What?
I looked to the corner of the basement, where there was a small opening that went deeper than the rest of the room. I went over to look at it, and what I assumed to be just a tight space that could be used for storage, and learned there was actually a door in that tiny opening. A door that seemed to lead to some kind of crawlspace area. I opened the door, which just barely cleared the tiny opening, and looked inside. But it was way too dark to go in there. Plus,
Oh
whatever
my
the noise
gosh.
was seemed to stop. I could tell just based off the very front of the space, however, that the ceiling was just tall enough to walk under.
Oh
maybe
my
with a
gosh.
slight crouch in your step.
Oh my gosh.
There was no way I was looking around there at night anyway. So I
Yep.
shut that door,
You got
went
me all the way
upstairs, and
messed
locked
up.
the basement,
Yeah.
called it a night shortly after.
Good. Call it a
The
night.
next few days, things were normal. One night, I heard a sound or two when I was in the basement doing laundry, but I was starting to think it was just
Morning
some
or
kind of
night?
noises that had to do with the boiler system or whatever.
Huh.
The next night, however, while I was in the living room, I heard thumps hitting the floor. 3 distinct thumps, actually. Now my adrenaline was rushing, as I was positive
call
I
the
had someone
police.
in my house.
So call the
I went
police.
into defense mode and grabbed the biggest kitchen knife I had and stormed downstairs. I tried to make myself
Frickin'
angry
idiot.
as I approached the crawlspace door. I turned on my flashlight, opened the door, and started screaming with anger, or what I wanted to seem like anger. But really, I was shaking in my own skin as I entered that dark,
Freaking
cold
idiot. You call the damn
crawlspace.
police.
It was completely empty except for what seemed to be 2 empty boxes. I must have done a complete 360, analyzing the space at least 5 times, and I knew for a fact there wasn't anything or anyone in there.
Look
Then,
behind you.
however, something broke the absolute silence.
What?
It was a sound that was coming from no further than like 20 feet away from me. It was the
What?
sound of breathing.
What?
In a panic, I looked in the direction of the breathing and was horrified to see something standing in the corner of the space. I didn't know what to think, but I knew it couldn't be a real person, because I'd looked around at least 5 times and saw nobody in there just a second ago. As I stood there, frozen, I started to feel like
Run!
the figure in the corner was getting closer to me. That's when I ran for the crawlspace door. When I made it outside, I looked around for something to block the door with. I found nothing, so I ran upstairs and locked the door. That night, I went to sleep at my parents' house, and the next day, I harassed the landlord to let me out of the lease, given what I had just experienced. It took a lot of arguing, but I managed to get out of that house within the same week. All that week, however, I stayed out from the basement, but I did continue to hear noises from down below when I was in the living room.
What? So you wait, hold up. So are you telling me that you stayed in that freaking house even though you heard stuff from downstairs? Is that what you're telling me? So you didn't even go and call the police? Nothing? You just went to your family's place and then went back and just argued to the lease person or whatever to break the, I don't know, whatever lease? And then you still heard stuff coming from downstairs even though you were sleeping? I'm sorry, but not to be stereotypical, but you gotta be white. You gotta be white. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being honest to myself right now. This is the dark side talking. The positive side was thrown out at the beginning of this freaking video. You got me all the way freaking messed up. Let me tell you what would happen. If I heard something banging and I know that's happening like that guy did, instead of grabbing a stupid kitchen knife, I would call the freaking police. I would call the police and tell them that there's someone there. Then they would capture his ass Send him to jail, and then we'll figure out what to do, how to block this area. In the meantime, I will stay at my parents' place for a good week or two. Then when the thing is fixed, I live a happy life. I wouldn't just go grab a kitchen knife, then all of a sudden, oh my gosh, the guy is coming closer to me and he's breathing, freaking breathing hella hard like he freaking ran a marathon, his fat ass, and then go up to my freaking parents' place, then go back and still hear freaking banging while I'm sleeping. Oh gosh, what's wrong with this world? What is wrong with this world? Earth is such a stupid place to live, I'm telling you. Thank goodness I don't live here. Thank goodness I don't live on Earth, bro. I just come to Earth once in a while. Obviously, I'm coming here for a whole 6 months. But after that, I'm going back to my planet. Then I have to come back to this freaking place called Earth for another I don't know, another 3 years. After that, I'm going back to freaking my planet. I'm staying there. Kepler 69 was way better than this freaking place, man. You have to deal with this stupidness. Alright. Screw this. Alright, okay. Remember to smash that like button, comment down below. Which one was the most scariest one for you out of the 3? I would probably say the first one, just because of how the freaking dad just started screaming like a little girl. Love you guys so much. It is almost 1 o'clock a.m. So, congratulations, you have survived the night. Have a good sleep. If you can, check your freaking bed. Under your bed, please. Just check your bed before you go to bed. Please. Tell your mom, hey mom, come over here, and while I check my bed, you be right there. So if something happens, you know what to do. Okay? Love y'all. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bro, is it me or are these videos getting scarier just because freaking Halloween? I hate Halloween, bro. Halloween is such a stupid. Oh my gosh, I am so mad in so many different freaking ways. Alright, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.